So I got this set for $150. There's 30 brushes. And so I'm just gonna go over that and show you all what they're for. This was recommended by Kayla. So I'm gonna get right into that. And this is called the Master Set Brush Set, something like that. The first one is the M143, and it is a fan brush, and that's just for your highlighter. You can even do your contour with it if you want a sharper contour, but I just use it for my highlight. Next is the M105, and that's for blush. It's a blush brush. blush brush. Okay, and so that's what I use it for. And most of these are really soft. Next we have the S94, and that is a buffer contour. So really, I only use this just to buff out my foundation. It's just like a kabuki brush. They're the same. They have the same stiffness. And this is just like a Eco Tools from Morphe. This is just like an off-brand kabuki brush. So next I have the M462, and that is it's called a duo powder dome brush. So really it's for powder, but like I said, when I want a softer look, I just go over that with my foundation, because as you can see, it's super soft. It's a really soft top. The next is the M104, and that's an angle blush brush, which I use it for blush and contour because I like that angle that it gives. It's perfect just for doing that right there. Next is the chunky M400. So the M400, it's a large chisel powder brush, and so that's just for powder. And I noticed with these chunkier ones, as you can see, it's pretty chunky. The ones with the chunkier grips, their bristles tend to fall out on your face, and so I don't use this very much. So the next one is the M106, and the 106 is a pointed dome brush. It's kind of like the last one, just a smaller version. This one is a lot softer and it doesn't fall out, doesn't have a lot of fallout as much as the big one, so I do use this more. Next is the M439, and the 439, let's see, it's a deluxe buffer brush, and I used this the other day in my video. I just buff out that foundation just like as I would with a kabuki brush. So the next is the M460. It is a contour brush, and I don't use this ever. These are also the kind of brushes that come in the contour kits. I don't use them because they're so stiff. Like, they're so stiff, and you can't really, if you want a really straight edge, then this is perfect. But if you kind of like a more natural look, you don't want your contour so sharp, then I wouldn't recommend it. So the next one is the M310, and that's another fan brush, and that's for highlight. Next one is the M414, and this is an eyebrow brush. You just brush through your brows with those bristles, and the other end is like a little comb. So next is the 215. It is a tiny little brush, and it's for the brow. I don't really use this brush as much because, let me show you mine. I use the off-brand eyebrow because, as you can see, this one's chunkier and this one has more of a slant, and I when I do my eyebrows, it just isn't stiff enough. It just lays flat down and I don't like that. So the next two are buffer brushes. This is the M326 and that's really just right below here. And this is the M431 and that's just to buff out any eyeshadow you really want to fade in, or if you want to do underneath your eye like I do. Next is the M124 and that is just a tight eyeshadow brush, and that's really if you're trying to pack on the color. The next is the M204 and that's a small one as well, and that's just like the other one except for it's a little bit bigger. So the next two, they are M330 and that's just an eyeshadow brush, a fluffy one, so really blend those colors in. And the M222, and the M22, it says it's a round crease brush. So really it's just like this one, it's just a smaller version, a lot smaller. So the smaller ones you can get in there better with the other ones. Next we have the M208. And that is a Chisel Deluxe Fluff Brush. So this one I don't really use, but it's like multi-purpose. It's fluffy and it's soft. Anything you want to get in there tight, you can get in there with. So the next is the N250-S, the tiny brush, and that's for liner, which I don't use brushes with my liner. I just use like these ones that already have the liner in it. I don't use a pot liner. So the next is the S6 and that's also a liner brush. And that's if you want a bigger line. Next, the M416, and this is a lip brush. Okay, so here is the M113. As you can see, it's just a straight edge brush. And this, let me see what it says it's at. It's just a Teflon square brush. So really, if I was going to use this, I would use it for my liner because I really like a straight line. Or if I was trying to get into that crease, I would use it for that. So the next is the M209. And this is a pointed fluff, and the M200. So these are both eyeshadow brushes. They're really fluffy and soft. Okay, and the last two is the S4. This is a concealer brush. I don't use it as a concealer brush. I just use it to pack in colors if I need to, or if I need to put a little bit of color if I'm doing a certain look, then that's what I use this for. The last one is the S3. This is a foundation brush. I don't use a flat brush like this because it does streak. But like I said, if you don't use it for what it's purpose for, you can always use it for something else if you find something that's better. So those are my Morphe brushes, and then I have this powder brush which I use to pack in my foundation, and I have this buffer brush these are Real Techniques, and I use that as well for my foundation. This is a Kabuka brush from Eco Tools, and I just pack in, make sure everything's set in with my concealer and foundation. This is a actual foundation brush, which is just like that flat one. I don't use it. This is another one, another contour, so it has the angle. So really, you don't have to have expensive brushes. Like I said, some of them are a lot better than than off-brand ones, but there are some really good off-brand that you can get that work just as well. So the last one I have of the Real Techniques is just this buffer brush, and it's softer than a normal buffer brush, so it's really good to get that concealer in. And then I just have a bunch of beauty blenders, and these are not name brand beauty blenders, they're just beauty blenders that I got from TJ Maxx. So now that we already went over the brushes, I'm going to get right into the look. Excuse me. So today, like I said, I'm going to do a light pink look. So I'm just going to put on my moisturizer. And like I said in my previous videos, I just use the Avon Moisture Therapy Intense Healing and Repair Hydro Boost Technology. And if you do want to buy, this is the best lotion I've had for my face. It works so good, and it's actually all over lotion. Anyways, if you do want to buy some Avon, I can put a link in the description. My mom does actually sell it. I don't, it's, you know, it's not, not sponsored by them. I can do them. Okay, so the first thing I do when I do my makeup is I do my brows. And I just use this Morphe brow color right here. Morphe, they don't have names on the colors, so I'm just going with that. It is so bright in here. Normally it's not bright enough, and then today it is just extra. Okay, so now I am going to do some concealer around my eyebrows and my eyelids, and then we'll get right into the eyeshadow look. Okay, so now I'm just going to take that fluffy brush. I'm just going to go in and make sure that concealer is all set in there. Go over with my eyebrow brush just a little bit where it needs to be touched up. To the eyeshadow look, I'm going to go for a peach look, so I'm going to go in there with Eden from Huda Beauty, and I'm going to be using a fluffy eyeshadow brush. I'm going to use the M330, and that's just that fluffy brush that we talked about before. Going with this blazing orange right in the corner right where my finger is. Just because that peach really isn't that colorful, I'm just going to go a little bit with the orange just to peach it up. And don't be a peach, you know. Don't be a peach, you know. Put that brush away. And I'm going to take this M431 as that buffing brush. And I'm just going to take some Nerfatiti? I don't know. That's like the thing. I'm gonna take that gold. It's called Nerfatiti. I'm just gonna put that in the crease, in the corner. And just give that a little bit of glam. And if you do want the gold to get there a lot more pigmented, you can wet your brush and that picks up a lot more pigment, but only want to do that with the shimmer shades. But I'm not doing it because my setting spray's in the other room. Do I want to do it? No. Top it off a little bit and just put it right above that orange look. So that's all for the Huda Beauty for now. We are going to take the same brush and go in with red after foundation and concealer are done. Okay, so now I'm going to do my skincare for redness by Dr. Jart. I'm just taking that buffing poofy brush and I'm just going to push that in. Frighten myself hiccuping. I'm going to do my foundation in the Urban Decay 2.5. You want to make sure it actually comes out. What I normally do is I take my buffing brush and I dab it and get it all on my face, and then once I really push that around and get it to where I want, I take my bigger brush, my big poofy brush, and blend that all in. Now I'm going to take that same brush I had before, that buffing brush in the M431. I'm going to take that Huda Beauty palette and get into that saffron pretty red right here and go under my eyes with that to give my eyes a little more definition and color. So I'm going to put that Huda Beauty palette away and put my brushes away because I'm done with all those. My eyes are watering, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do liner. Let me turn up the fan real quick. Let my eyes dry out a bit. So while we're waiting for that, I can go ahead and do the lips. Let's see what we have. So I think I'm just gonna do a simple, chunky, colored look is I'm using the Chubby Stick Moisturizing Lip Color Balm from Clinique, and it is in Summer Strawberry. So that's just a moisturizing balm, giving my lips a little bit of color, but not too much. So this is just a really simple look today. Oh. Alright, the last thing I have to do is just my mascara for my eyes. Not my eye mascara. Alright, so I have the Marc Jacobs. Brow one, I cannot think of it, and I just brushed through my lashes with that, just to make sure there's no clumps. You don't want to be looking color. Okay, and I'm not gonna do lashes today. I'm just gonna leave them, you know, I have no lashes without falsies, so I'm just going to leave that with my regular mascara. I'm just going to go on this crayon eyeliner, and it is from Tarte, and it actually is double sided, so there's a liquid gel on this side, and then there's the crayon gel on that side. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to contour and add my blush. Okay. Do that real quick. Use Too Faced, and I'm going to use this blush brush 104. Do my blush. It's in that party color, like always. It would look better with the lashes, but I don't want to do my lashes today. Okay, so thank you for watching. Hit to like and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you guys. Bye.